1 hour left in the trading session, 1 hour left in the entire week for the markets. Here we go. This is what things look like right now. Pretty flat for the S&P. The Dow in positive territory, 0.36 to the upside. Tech stocks have been lagging all day long. Continues 0.5% to the downside. Here in Toronto, 0.7 in positive territory for the TSX. Wanted to point down here because they're talking still in Washington, guys, about infrastructure bill, which has a cryptocurrency tax stipulation in it. So big moves, not big moves, but 4% anyways for Bitcoin to wrap up the week.
Oh, taxes, taxes. The tax man cometh. As always, welcome, of course. We're rounding off the week here. Lots is on the move. Yeah, I got my Friday shirt. I'm not actually going to the game today, but you guys like the shirt, so I'm going to wear it again. I'll just wash it and wear it to the game tomorrow. Go Blue Jays, of course. As always, I'm watching BYSI. I'm in plug again. This is not the same position from the morning. Got in off of the low currently, so long plug. Short KXIN, which kind of bumped up on light volume, then started to pick up here, but BYSI approaching what was the afternoon high a couple of days ago at $30, and it flushed out, held that 21 bottom. You know, Sean was all over that. Watch those trades of the day. Sean had that 21 bottom, and then you made another bottom here, and then testing that same 30 high. So big level approaching on BYSI. It's been a good one the last few days. Hopefully it can be just as good here off that key level, Sean.
And we talked about that at $30 this morning, and yeah, could have taken that long, but I didn't really have too much motivation to take that long in there. Look at AMD. Wow, yeah, it's good. It might break that $30 soon. Look at AMD, man. I mean, we got in and out of this one real quick here. Hold on a second. Whoops. Switch over to this thing. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Zoom out. Nope. This doesn't have my. There we go. I put my fills on here as we go. But AMD, wow, what a move back to the downside. We scalped out of this thing real quick, man. We were long here. What? This is a 3-minute chart, by the way, now. So this is really in and out here on this name. So you got to watch out for this. Hold on a second. I just got filled on something. There we go. Put it out. Yeah. So this was a big move upside, and AMD failing right now back to day's low here. 110-ish coming in. That very bottom is 110. So look out below, man. AMD giving up the ghost here. And I was very, very uncertain about the NASDAQ today. And it looks like that's with good cause because we are looking to break these bottoms. Let's see. I don't think we could break 15,000, but if we do today, that's not going to be a good sign for sure. So watch out for this break here. 15,000 on the downside for NASDAQ. I mean, we're still ways away, but that's going to cause a lot of these other names like an AMD to continue to flush to the downside. This may be worth a long here. This is a 3-minute chart, remember.
AMD going coast to coast to give up the ghost. If you can get that lyric, then you guys aren't getting it. There's no chance. Anyways, that's just a good R&B song. But KXIN, I talked about it kind of bumping up on light volume. This is what I meant. Like as it got off of this 245 level, oh, you can't really see the volume. Let me do this for you guys. Make it really ridiculous for you. As it got off that 45 level, you see not a lot of volume, so it's creeping up. Still not a lot of volume. Like I'll start the short. And then, yeah, the volume spikes to the upside. So if you wonder why I just stopped myself out on that trade, it's because just entirely too strong. I liked it, the fact that it was going up on little volume. Once it spiked, I'm like, okay, now I kind of have to not take any more shares. Got to have a hard stop. Not even going to give it to this other high that it put in, back around this 275. So for the bulls out there in KXIN, looks like it's making another run to the top. Speaking of making runs to the top, I mean, we just said about that 30 level on BYSI. And it seemed like it was gearing up here to consolidate at 29 and make another push at that 30 level. Of course, you can see now it's pushing the other way back into the downside. I want to see if it'll hold back here around 27 even on a dip, and we'll look to buy that level. I don't know if I heard, was that Brennan? No? Yeah, Brennan.
FTFT, guys, future fintech. Big move today, 24%. Just saw right at day highs here. So coming up to $3 even on volume for FTFT.
Future fintech. Let's go over to Robinhood again. Quick. Oh, there. Okay, yeah, a lot of executions this morning. I'm going to switch back over to a 1-minute chart. There's just too much data here on a 3-minute. Or sorry, not enough data on a 3-minute there for me. Robinhood today, yeah, scalped back and forth. A little bit of a mess there this morning. Haven't really been able to solve this riddle yet, and that is Robinhood. So we'll wait to see. Like it just has big moves, and then another one, and then it's kind of just been chilling out. But it looks like we've based out here 53 a couple times. So if that's something to look at, then maybe, but I don't know. Right now, lots of volume, 65 million shares. Volume has died down a lot here heading into the close. Remember, it's a Friday. It's I think Brendan at the coffee machine this morning called it a Hampton kind of feel to the day. I think he's probably right with that. Where are all the traders at right now? There isn't too much volume on a lot of names, but we'll try to find the best ones for you. Boeing moving. What about Uber right now? We can look back at DraftKings as well. Uber up another 2% today, which is really nice, 2.5% to the upside. Come on, let's go. But there's a nice little dip down. So Uber maybe getting close to one of those buy spots right now. Remember about the Delta variant and warning that maybe there's not enough drivers as well right now for Uber. So they think that they'll be able to solve that problem in some of the high COVID areas. So we'll wait to see if that's going to be true. But a great number yesterday, I guess. I didn't think it was that great, but Uber with a nice move back to 45, unable to get in. I was waiting for a little bit lower, but Uber right now coming into some key levels, 44 resistance right now, not too far away. So nice little drop to the downside here. If the market can rally back up, maybe we get a print back to 44.30. But I'm gonna dip into this soon, about 44.10 or so. See if we can get that and then play off this 44 bottom, guys.
Overpowered in the chat. I see you asking about MVST. MVST, please. If you say please, I mean, I don't know, I'm trying to get my daughter to say please. So if you say please, I'm going to be happy that you did. I'm going to talk about MVST. There's going to be a clear pivot point, and obviously it was the choppiest of choppy action, choppiest, whatever.
That makes sense.
On this, I know that was horrible, Sean. That was horrible. My bad. That was horrible. 11 to 13 pre-market action. This is all kinds of a fail break. I don't know why I wasn't short this name when it broke 13 to the upside. Oh, I know, because I'm always distracted. Not the end of the show, but with Robinhood probably too much. No, but it comes back in that 13 range. You make the same bottom above 11, so it's holding the low. The volume hasn't spiked yet. Remember what I just said about KXIN, where it was kind of going up without that volume in? But hey, we're going halfway. You had this breakdown that led you right at 12 even, by the way, that led you down to a higher low. Didn't actually get to 11 bucks, and now you're bouncing back to the upside. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind this as a 12 break. I'd prefer if I had like 1180 to 1185 in this particular situation. You're probably giving it back to that 50 level. If you're too frisky, if you're not frisky enough, then you can give it back to like 75s or so. But if the volume can actually spike, then if we take out like 1220 here, what happened on KXIN to me when I was shorting could be something here in MVST. It's done pretty good volume. Just watch out. The spread on this stock, and of course this is still an ANY, and I'll get to any in a second. I think we were all trading this one this morning. But the spread on MVST, for a stock that's $12, doing like 23 million, I'm seeing like 10 cents, 5 cents. Like, this is kind of why you want to be careful taking a breakout trade, and why I was sort of saying, yeah, instead of taking a 12 break, it'd be better to try to pick it up at like 80 or 85. Like, you're giving up 5-10 cents on the spread to try and capture 10, 15, 20 cent moves. You better make sure you get a good price. So for me, I'd rather catch it in consolidation as opposed to take a breakout when I'm paying 10 pennies on a $12 stock for that potentially.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, again, fee management and making sure that you have your plan of action, especially when you are taking breakouts and things like that, very important. Uber doesn't give me a trade there yet, but what probably will. What about Wells Fargo? I like Wells Fargo the best for a day trade in the financials. Oh, shoot. But I can't look at it today because we have these wicks there, but darn it. Okay, so 48.90 to the downside here on Wells Fargo, a nice little print. I can't look, I can't even adjust this because of those wicks. I'll have to fix those, or I can't see. Okay, AMC right now, same kind of play off that 31 bottom. We've talked about that over and over again. Right there, nice little bottom there on AMC, 31 and change. We'll see if that can crack. That's held a couple times right now, and today it did again, man, that 31 bottom. So we put out a couple AMC videos where we have indeed talked about some of these bottoms being 31. We did get a crack the other day. I mean, this is where I could go to a 3-minute chart, and we went down to 30 right there, 29. We used that. We actually had this long back there, but you know, it seems like AMC can catch a bid down here, guys, around that 29.30 level. So, you know, whether or not it's going to be an ape gang, I don't even know where that ape thing is anymore, but I love it because it's diamonds bigger than your head. That's the best part about this. But I do think that there is a possibility here. We could retest, but that's a great sign that we've held 29.30 every single time on AMC. So that's, you know, that's a good little look there. Decent volume today, 50 million shares. We'll see what we could do. That BYSI, though, does fail off that very, very key level of 30. Again, not even breaking that today. The high is exactly 30 there. So, oh, here we go. This is what we're talking about. Yeah, look, this is my trades are showing up on BYSI. So here we go. This is where we bought it the other day, 21. There's our exact out at that 30 level. And then look what happens today. We're right back into 30 again. So that looks like a decent high. We talked about that in the pre-market. Let's see about trading that if it comes again one more time back over 30. I think this is a decent buy if we can break it. 30.05 is the high, guys.
So I'm going to shout out Sterling Silver because I love this quote. I did well in the space short. Then I had to oversee my new sprinkler system going in the front yard. That's the way to live life, man. Like, make your money trading and then just bugger off and then attend to the important things in life. Gotta have a nice green yard, man. At least that's what I gotta do. Like, I got like retired on one side of me and then literally like master gardener on the other. And the guy across the road from me is like, I think it's like a botanist or whatever the word is. Like, I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Like, whatever the word is, like deal with like flowers and all that kind of stuff. Whatever.
I think
either way,
botanist makes sense.
Is that right?
Makes
so
sense.
they're all, but essentially their yards
botanist
are all
is like
redonkulous.
Like
Is that right?
botanist is flowers. That makes sense. I don't know what like cutting grass, like having a nice lawn is, but I think that.
No, but he deals with flowers. But either way, if you do that, you're gonna have great landscaping. And anyways, it's like keeping up with the Robinsons around on my street. Virgin Galactic for me was yuck this morning. It was rolling into the downside. I shorted it, and it's like, yeah, wipe out bottom. Maybe should run to the exit. Did not get it all out. Then just waited until the top to get more in. And then at least the smart thing, the only good thing I did up here was get out. And that was probably the right call to just cover and then wait for it to test those post-market highs. And then we got that rollover trade. But then I said it's so strong that I'm not going to hang on to the trade. So Sterling, I'm glad you did. I'm assuming you did because I got a assumption that you're short in that same 35 range and managing to hold it down into that 33.50 to 34. Now, speaking of 33.50. Oddly enough, like where I got out here 33.25, it's like sometimes revisit those prices. It's like you got out for a reason, Neil. 33.25, 33.25. It double bottomed here, made another reversal. If it breaks this, I'm going short Virgin Galactic one more time for the day if 33.25 breaks. And BYSI sold at a 28. I was looking to buy in front of 27. If it drops any further, VWAP could be coming. Brendo?
Another one moving here late in the day, guys. SC Works, which is WORX. Just made a day high there on decent volume spike. So 340 on this one. You can see some buyers coming in for Works.
Works. Okay.
Are there any clusters on that Works chart? If you can see. By the way, and I said this in the chat. The guys in the chat people have done this before. They're like, every time Neil says X, we're going to take a drink. If that's just you don't want to do that because I'll just say there's clusters of clusters and more clusters on this Virgin Galactic chart. That'll give me clusters of activity that I can take trades on. So they could be drinking forever and it's Friday. Enjoy it. But I think that's a bad idea, people. But I haven't looked at Works at any point today. But KXIN. $3, it was a fail break at the top. It's getting pretty close to there, and I will short that one if it does a failure at that 3 again.
Yeah, we didn't get into our Uber trade there, and BYSI, it doesn't look like it wants to take 30 outright yet, but I mean, there's still lots of time to go for that one, so we'll wait for BYSI, see where we go there. And then just to check back here on Uber, what is Uber doing? We did want to take that bid near that 44 level. Yeah, so now it's off. Damn it. Missed opportunity again there on Uber. I did like it, but we don't have it. So downside risk to Uber, I think, was very limited there, down to 40 or so right there. So we put some bids. I mean, where am I bidding? I mean, I'm bidding 13s. Got as low as 19 there. So we missed that one, but that's okay. We'll get another one for you guys here hopefully soon. And I don't know where it's going to come from. I'm still looking at AMD though. That was a big drop to the downside. We just talked about it rebouncing off that 110 level. And that's exactly what it did. Actually 110.50 almost to the nose there. We went down as far right off the open, or that's not even, yeah, that's the open. Right off the open, 110.15 there, and then we retested it. So there was opportunity to get back in and out of AMD, and we probably should be long there one more time. Look at the NASDAQ starting to go. A break of 111, and I'm going to be long AMD. I like that trade. Break of 111 here on AMD, guys.
Already got to look at it. AMD's been such a crazy move. I see someone talking about Alpha Protec, is it APT? Yeah, it is APT you guys are looking at there. Alpha Protec, that's a little Canadian company. Mississauga in the house, why not? If load, dang it, darn it. There you go. Breaking out, hey, not bad, guys. Check that out. Volume spike, breaking out of a cluster, getting towards this 915 high. That's not a ton of action, by the way. It's only done 1 million shares. So yeah, I know it's breaking out a little bit. It really needs to start picking up on volume to have any chance to take out that 915 high. I can't say it's going to be front of the mind. BYSI currently is what I'm looking at because it just broke down through that 28 level, and you're seeing it come into view up here. I mean, I'm sort of, and you guys kind of see, like, you had these little wicks here to the upside when it tried to bounce off you up before, and these are like 27.20 and like 27.10. So I'm kind of sitting in front on those levels just to see if we can buy this little bit of a dip. It kind of feels like I thought it would flush, right through this previous bottom 75, pick me up, and then have like a nice little wick back up, and then you get like that falling sword. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. And if I don't get that push down and filled on that push down, I just cancel the order and wait for another push down, see if I can get that rubber band action. The object of the exercise for me here is to catch it on a flush on panic, and then be able to get a bid, come back in, scalp like 50 to 60 cents, be in the money, and then see if we can't hold for that 30 top. Otherwise, we can just sit this one out patiently. BYSI is going to give us some opportunities. We still have 45 minutes to go. Yeah, we got to be flat at the end of the day, but I can't see too many other things that are moving as much or still sustaining volume the way BYSI is. So if we're not going to get the 30 break, then I want to make sure this is the one I'm still going to be actively trying to trade.
Okay, why do you not want to short in front of 30? We just talked about that, so thank you, Ace. Maybe Neil can talk about that. That's another super chat there, but we'll figure that all out for you guys in 1 minute. I mean, I don't want to short that level either. Very, very risky to short something at this time of day into a big number, so we have to watch out for that. I just want to make a note here. Ethereum's trying, whoopsies, that this is this is Ethereum. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say maybe this is Cardano. But here you go. Ethereum's trying to make a move right now, 29.93, taking out that high rate there for the day. Nicely done up to 2 o'clock. Looks like we talked about this in the pre-market. Looks like we will hit that 3,000 over the weekend for sure. 29 and change. What a big move up, man. Just been like cruising all day. All the way to the upside right now. So Ethereum and anybody looking to trade some crypto, that's starting to move. Cardano's 142 right now, so that's moving as well. So we're pretty happy with that trade. But for right now, crypto trying to make some moves. So you can look at SOS. We talked about that on the show a couple times, and a few other names there. SI, Silvergate as well. Mara. You just talked about that BTBT moving around. So there are lots of opportunities to take advantage of some of this crypto move. SOS probably just straight upside. I haven't looked at it yet today, but yeah, 3305. So let's see where we go here on SOS once the chart loads.
And speaking of BTBT, it is potentially trying to make a move. And I know volumes are going to be relatively low, so I think maybe I shouldn't be holding out for like massive volume spikes on a Friday going into, obviously, it's August, right? So it's going to be good weather for most people. It's going to rain for us actually here this weekend, which kind of sucks. But 1850, if we can break this, maybe we get a test at that top. Now, obviously, you've got already a fail break at 19.25 here and got up to that 50 mark and turned around, then put in a lower high at 19.25. So maybe limited runway on BTBT, but hey, 1850 is there for you for a quick little scalp trade. I'm also just kind of checking out NVAX here, holding those lows at 190. Kind of want to see if it takes a shot at the low of the day. We had a good trade. Stick around for the trade of the day. It's going to be on NVAX, by the way. It was the only thing that worked out really well for me in the morning. It was mixed results on that any, but NVAX missed Moderna, got that one. I'll look 1850 on BTBT is if BYSI, by the way, thanks for the super chat. I put it in the chat there. I just flat missed it. If we get an 1850 break, I'll go long BTBT, but that BYSI, I just simply missed that trade. I wasn't looking at the level 2 when it popped up to 30 and reversed. And on that, I'm looking to actually catch it in that 50-60 range. It never really gave me a shot up here. And by the time I'm looking at it for the short, I didn't want to be chasing it that far because I kind of feel like it was, as I was saying, it might stall out around this 27.50, and then I was looking to buy the dip. So, if I wasn't looking for that, maybe I'm chasing it a little bit further for a starter position, but that kind of wasn't my approach. I don't see anything else doing a lot of volume and looking this strong, so it kind of feels like if this is the only one doing that, is that the one that I want to be aggressively shorting, or do I want to actually pick my spot with it? So that's the approach on BYSI. I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's going to happen. I mean, like I said, very, very risky when we're talking about some of those levels there. And here, finally, SOS loaded up. So now we can look at the chart a little bit here. A nice little move upside. I told you, once it starts running, you can get some upside moves here on that name. Oh, Any was another one. I know we looked at that earlier. We did a good trade on that one. Like, there's something... going on with my charts. They're literally not loading, so we'll have to wait on it. But anyways, we did have, now we're completely frozen here on charts. So the frustration continues.
I think I got the any chart. I'll pull it up for you because it's going to be a different result because I'll show you. I got out. I had a pre-market short that I was all over, right? And usually when I take this consolidation lower, I always say to myself, don't average in before 9:30. But then I'm sitting there, it's before 9 o'clock. I'm like, I kind of like it. It spikes into my range here. It's going to make another run at 5:20, 5:25. I can add to that position. I end up stopping out just after 9 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm not getting back in up at the top because my range was 560 to 560 to 580 that I wanted to basically short that 9:30 pop idea. It never even gets there. It stalls out at 561. Right, so at a 20-cent area that I'm trying to get into, it goes 1 penny into the range, so I'm going to miss it like 10 times out of 10 when that's the case. And then I'm going to not get it when it comes back into this cluster. But I do get it when it breaks this cluster, and then I get out some shares in front of the pre-market low, which was another cluster, and then it makes this bottom here at, it's not 420, it's actually 434. I did get, the only good thing that happened is I got back into this when it retested these levels here, these lower highs. I was able to short it at 515. I got out of all of it and accidentally long here at 463, then covered. I'm all flat, but if it takes it, and I thought if it took out 525 here, I'd just go long again, but volume's absolutely dying down. And someone had asked, like, what do you think about a long there? And I'm like, I don't know, like the volume's not picking up. It's hard to bet long breakout in a Friday afternoon if there's no volume behind it. There we go. I talked about why I wouldn't want to cross up to catch that MVST or maybe cross the spread. I'm like, I'd rather just wait for it. So I actually got it here at 87, so plop the bid down in front of this. It's like 11.75, get like 10, 15 cents or so, just to see if we can't get a scalp trade into VWAP here, which is about 12.15 or so. So if I can cash like 20 cents, we'll try to bag that one as a decent winner, and then maybe hold out for a bit of a break. But when the spread, like I said on this stock, like it looks violent, and you're seeing these candles, like, this is moving. Nah, man, the spread is literally why is it still on any? The spread is literally 6 to 10 cents at times, or 5 to 10 cents. There it is, 7-cent spread. So just sit on the bid, like get a fill. Like somebody's doing the same thing. It's just like sit on the bid, you catch that fill, and then it doesn't really have to move much. I mean, there's a sucker here at 12 even and there's one at 97 for 7,700 shares. Oh, that was fake. Anyway, so there's people throwing orders around, not a lot printing on the tape like you see, so I'll just sit there, wait for a fill for like 20 cents, and then if it wants to break back up, then we'll get more. But so far, MVST going well. Of course, plug was a stinker. I mean, I got long again off the bottom. At least it was a small loss. I'd hit a key, like flush myself down the toilet for my plug trade today, but my animations, again, are not working, so sad me.
Yeah, we do have our chart back. Just loaded another one here. AMD right back in again to this 10.50 mark. 10 bottoms that we're talking about, 10.30. The flush down to 10.17 early. So, this AMD, I would rather it break 111 here to start to go long. But if we have to, I mean, we'll start as a little small starter position. I mean, we do have this bottom. It's just if it wants to break, I mean, this is a great opportunity for it to break right here in the afternoon on low volume. So that's kind of the theory that, I'm a little bit less aggressive right now on things taking out bottoms just because, there's not too much volume to have a follow through. And I think that that's something that's very, very important for all of us. We need to have volume on these trades if they're going to work, right? And so right now, AMD, a good one because it's been doing volume, 130 million shares. So I don't think that's going to be a problem with AMD, but 1040, 1050, if we can get back into there, we'll do it. Let's put a bid now, 1040, and then we'll try to use some of these bottoms and average in. And then if we get the 110 flat break, then that's when we know we're wrong. So we do have some kind of a plan of action there. Very, very similar to what we did here on our good friend Any today. Started the short there, pretty light in the pre-market. There's no doubt about that. Started to move up, a little bit of a bigger position put on there. And then these are the real positions that we had on this name as we approached that 560 level. That was that stop out level, right? Oh. We saw it early, $6 early in the pre-market, that's fine. But if you go to a daily chart on Any, we talked about these levels, you need to go back even further than this to find it, but there it is right here. So you have that 560 right there. So we know that it can get higher, so that's kind of what happened in the pre-market today, but I was using these kind of levels because back-to-back days right there where we stopped at 560, so that was gonna be the out, and then as you can see, that's where we put this on, and then it was just like, free fall as the market opened. We were able able to capture that profit all out. We even went short on that pre-market break right there, able to capture that out near 450. And we actually called that 450 mark, and I just sort of used visually from yesterday to there, where it was about 50% all the way back down, was in this 450 area. So we take that to 50% retracement, and then once it comes and tests that 5 level again, we get out of the last 5%. So that was out, and now we've moved this over. Still doing not much here, just kind of traveling around. So we'll wait to get longer on AMD now, around that 1040 level if we can. We'll wait for Uber. And then DraftKings today, thank God it went back up. I wasn't able to sell anything. It was a good trade for us in there, in, and then out the last piece, creating that profit. So we just got to scalp back and forth. And then right now, again, it doesn't normally trade well in the middle of the day, but if we get a 52.60 break here, it was still 30 minutes left, so I think we'll take this long here, man. 52.60 on DraftKings. So we have a couple ideas that we're going to try to work out for you. Brendan, what's up?
All right, a bit of a slow afternoon, so we'll have a look at a few things to be aware of for Monday, guys. And I speak of AMC, your friendly neighborhood AMC theater, set to report Monday after the close. 32 held here today. If you remember, we got below it yesterday, so pretty key level there of support for AMC. Earnings Monday, guys.
Absolutely, and don't think I didn't notice, Sean, that you said free fall, and it is Friday, and Trader Pratt is here, and he did coin this. Like, were we on YouTube when he made the call? I think, I don't know if we were on YouTube when it got coined by one of our traders. It was like free fall Friday. I don't know why. Like, stocks were moving that week, I guess, or the last couple of weeks, or whenever he said it, and it was to the downside. So it was a free fall Friday. There was a free fall on BYSI. And here's one of the problems with, and this is going to kind of have worked. I said I would wait for the next flush down to buy in for the 27, and I got teens. I got some out at 40 for a quick 30-cent scalp, and then got immediately stopped out. And the problem with Friday, when there's not a lot of volume or liquidity, is, this popped back down. I'm like, I foolishly, I was going to say idiotically, but foolishly is going to suit just fine here. I foolishly put a stop for a 27 trigger, and then all that ended up happening is like one little tiny print on dark went down, and maybe there was a couple of hundred shares that went off below at 27. No offer carried down to like 93. It then actually whipped right back up to like 20 to 30s. So I just got wicked out. That was the one shot. Like, I could have held on to that trade maybe with a deeper stop and then still taken 20 to 30 pennies, or held on to it and still be in the long position right now. But this is sort of the problem when you're doing that whole catch a falling sword and there's even less liquidity than you expect. You probably want to be in the direction of the break instead of deploying that strategy. So it ends up working out overall, but I'm not too happy with it on that BYSI. Certainly, it's still consolidating off VWAP. Worth noting, though, that I think maybe the real support would be down at like 25.50 if you take a better look at the chart. I mean, you can see here that's at 25.5. This is like a bit of a break and then hold before continued breakout at that 25.50. That's $1.50 away with 30 minutes to go. That MVST, I don't know, like it's sitting here like 10 cents in the money, and there's a bit of an offer at 11. So I might just shave that offer and sit at 99 here, guys. Try and take some of this out. It just seems like the right thing to do at the end of the day, because if it's not moving, then there's no point just sitting in it hoping for something to happen here. And Zila, should get to Zila. Yeah, that's a double top. I have the chart up. I'm like, why am I not seeing that double top? Anyways, that's a double top at 327 here. They report next week. Help me out, Chad. They report next week. I want to say early in the week. So you guys will know exactly because you guys are really good at this. But Zila, watch out. They are on a move to the upside, but double top, trying to reverse. I think, taking something in the 24, 25 range is going to make a little bit of sense. Why am I sitting at 25? 24 is actually not that bad. Maybe even 23s. Sitting down here, it's got that double top. I'll just pop on the offer. If I can catch a good fill, get an average price like 24, risk a few pennies just for a quick little bit of a pullback. It's a decent double top worth taking. And of course, BYSI is bouncing off 27. So looks like getting wicked out stunk for me.
Yeah. And again, like low volume, this is kind of what's been happening today to some of these trades, guys. So really no surprise to me that this is happening. These wicks are, it's like they're set up to get us out of some of these spots. But AMD's coming back in. We will hopefully get a bid here at 40. 110.40 is where we're waiting to get in on this one. So that hopefully is going to be something for us on AMD. If we can get it, then we will like that one. Palantir giving you a nice opportunity if you're not in today. Again, earnings are going to be coming. Valeria can double check the earnings date on PLTR for us. I believe it's next week. But Palantir coming through here. Okay, 2180. So we're right back to bottoms right now on Palantir. It was a crazy, crazy roller coaster. Last earnings report, I specifically remember that day, and it was right here when we went down, and it actually opened up horrendously down to 1635. And then look where we closed. $20. So that's $4 on 16. So it had a 25% move top to bottom that day, Palantir. So when that earnings report, I mean, that was May 11th. So it makes sense that we'll be coming around now, August in change, mid-August. So Palantir right now barcoding, but this is exactly what we like, guys, into earnings. This is exactly the setup, because if you break through right here on Palantir earnings, $23, then see ya, and we could revisit. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get a 25% move on earnings, but that kind of a break, you know, we're developing there. Same thing could happen on the bottom, so it's not that. I'm just saying, if you do break, you are barcoding right now back and forth and having a problem with 23. We've talked about that. And it's also holding this 21 level, 2150 level. I mean, you're going to get some dips down, but you're holding roughly that 21 area. So Palantir on earnings, which is August 12th. Yeah, so exactly right. So mid next week, we're going to come with Palantir earnings. So I do like this one. If you're not in this, maybe some dip buying happening maybe now, maybe into next week. So any weakness on the market, I'm going to look to dip buy into some Palantir. I'm already long. I mean, I'm long way lower than this. But the point is that I want to get long again and add to the position. So Palantir 21 and change looks like a great dip buy. And then we did buy also right now AMD. We sat there and we did get that 1040 spot there. So you could see, oh, I took off executions. We'll put those back on. No, I didn't. Okay, my executions aren't showing up. That's still Palantir. So of course, like, why would my chart switch, right? Okay, so there it is right there, 110. Nice dip buy there. We'll see if it can hold. Right now, it's not looking like it. We're going to average into it down to 110 flat is going to be our out, guys. So right now, we're one position long, and it is on AMD.
Brendan?
My earpiece must be dead. Brendan, what's up?
Speaking of earnings, guys, here's one coming up on Monday as well. Tyson Food, not typically a terribly exciting day trade, but I bring this up simply because this is a decent level. I mean, it's an interesting spot here on the daily chart that has been overall pretty strong. So TSN set to report Monday as well, not the sports network.
Not the sports network?
What? I'll be all over. Well, I'm going to be all over sports this weekend because I'm going to the Jays game tomorrow. But also, I'm watching some Olympics. Please, no spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. I'm trying to stream it tonight. I watched everything late. Of course, I'm going to fight. Like, how many longs does Neil have on KXIN today, which is up 77%? None. That's a short that worked. That's a short that didn't work. That's a short that didn't work. So this short's gonna start working here. But of course, I'm fighting it again. But look, it was a failed break at 3 before. It popped up to 303 and slammed back down. This time it does it again. Like, it breaks 3, goes up a penny or two, can't even make a fresh high. I mean, I'm going to do that every single time. Short it right in here. Got some out, and I can be more aggressive here getting it out because obviously the trend is to the upside. So I take some out at like 88 for like essentially 6 cents, and then we'll get some more up at 86. Like, I'll be on the bid at 81 too, and then I'll be on the bid as well if it goes to like 75. So I'm not even expecting this to be more than like a 15 to 20 cent winner on KXI, and just how strong it's been. But that failed breakout at 3. I mean, if you're sitting there with a 3 failed break when it already did it once, you can wait till like 305 goes. You can wait for a bit of a dip. I mean, you're probably always better off like. See where I'm getting out here? I'm like getting in 3 times, then getting out. That's got to be a long, or it at least should be a long when it holds this at 273. Like, it fails back down 275, and I'm not going long in this price range. It doesn't make any sense. Sometimes I'm way too biased to the short side not to see an obvious little breakout. And I said the volume would come in. That's why I'm going to get out. And then I don't go to the long side, and the volume was there. Anyways, this will work out for the short. But I definitely should have had that 75 long the more I look at this.
All right, I'm going to go and try to scalp 20 cents on AMD. If we get a bump here to 110.56 or so, we will try to get a little bit out there on AMD if we can to the upside. Hopefully it can go for us, and we'll be able to get that out. So that's AMD right now, looking to make some money on the long side, but we still are long there. I don't know if that dipped to 28. I do have a bid right now at 20, so maybe it did. We didn't get filled, obviously, as that was a little lower than we had thought. Okay, so Uber still chilling out. Alibaba not doing too much. You know what's been down a little bit here? Twitter down today as well. So we can check out Facebook. I don't know if that's flying what Facebook's doing today. I love that Facebook trade that I made at 350, 650. I wish 650, soon 650. But there's a nice move back here. Look at Twitter today. I must have missed some kind of news, but we're just straight to the downside. Obviously, it's going to get accelerated more than the NASDAQ, so that could be also the problem, as Twitter just coming right to the downside here. This is kind of what it did. Nice report off earnings there, bang, up to 74, similar to what Snapchat did. This is just a daily chart, so right now, again, a whole lot of nothing happening. You get big moves in this name, and then absolutely nothing. Did DraftKings go above that 50? No, it didn't. So DraftKings, we were looking at this level, and again, good trade today. Barely, I mean, we're still positive on it. Actually, we're still positive a decent amount. I must have got out more than I thought there, but that was a $1 win, and then this long was 93, out 27. Oh, that's only 60 cents loss there, so that's still plus 40, and then you add in there another 40. Yeah, okay, so that's why I'm up a little bit more than I thought. Thank God. That's always nice to see right there, but DraftKings trying to fail now again. Man, wow, DraftKings. You don't.
Tom, this is how well I know you, by the way. If Ether is about to go Bernie Mac, and I'm sure you'll get that reference. Come on, you know it.
Ether's about to go burn.
What's one of, it's not even his best movie, but it's like it's baseball.
Oh, Mr. 3K or whatever?
Yeah, that's what
it's not. I already showed Ether today. Right now, it's failing right now. It's getting close. Yeah,
you got to get the Mr. 3000.
Mr. 3000 there. Yeah. Yeah, Bernie Mac, great. I love that Bernie Mac show as well. Obviously, rest in peace, Bernie Mac. But 29.50 there. It just bounced off of it. So we talked about that earlier. Big move for Ether today, Neil. Yep.
I love my baseball and movie references, and I feel like there's probably not a lot of you guys that have seen, like, sometimes great people make not the best films in the world, but that's one of those wonderfully horrible films, because Bernie Mac was a genius, I think. As Sean mentioned Twitter, and the first thing I do is check out how Snapchat is doing, so that's not doing too well either. But the good news is, not a gigantic pullback, still well within range of potentially breaking out off of 80. And sometimes you need to have a bit of a dip, show that you can hold support before it breaks out. I like Snapchat. I even said, like I was saying when Pinterest was a disaster, it's like everything about that week was saying that Pinterest was going to stink, and I didn't dump Pinterest. And I was like, okay, then sometimes you have to wait and just grit your teeth, sell it, and put the money into Snapchat because it was the right thing to do. Could have actually saved like $10 from 70 to 60, but it is what it is. You can't cry over spilled milk. I mean, you can cry over spilled milk. It's just not going to get you anywhere at the end of the day. It's KXIN, which, by the way, was working just fine until it started to do that thing that it does, which is go up right back to that $3 level and then reversing a couple of times here. This is a 3-minute chart, by the way, so it is kind of hanging out in this cluster at the top at 3 for like 10 minutes now. We're running out of time for this to go, so as much as I'd like to get another leg out, save some for 75, save some for VWAP, at the end of the day, I probably want to be out of this one before like the last 10 minutes. The way things work going into the weekend and during the summer, and especially during August, is there can be real big time volatility, sort of big spikes when you get that imbalance, because there's not as much liquidity. So you might get that big spike, and if you're the wrong way, you can get kind of burned. So I don't want that happening to me on a stock which is looking strong, heading to the top, and I've only been shorting it. Obviously, you don't want that to turn into disaster at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So here we go, guys. AMD, it's the name that we're trying to wait for here. DraftKings, just looking at that, still not doing anything. AMD bouncing around. Like, it's literally, this is what I mean about the volume. It's killing me right now. This is what we want to do into the close. Remember, at 350, we are going to be getting the imbalances to come out, so that should influence some of these positions. So I am bidding downside 10.20. So I take the 40, I'll take the 20. That'll give me an average price right here at 30. So if it can go, great. But right now, the NASDAQ, I did see someone saying NEO is running there, so thanks for that note. And you're right, NEO just did make a move there, so nothing there. But we are looking right now, I think, no, Joe Biden talking about mandating vaccines. I thought maybe there was something there about EV names, but what the hell was going on right here? Look at this. We got what is going on right here? Let's zoom this up. There was some sort of a 500,000 share order that just went through. Maybe it was taking out 44. Maybe there was a 500,000 share order sitting there at 44. But anyways, a bigger print than there was on the open. right now for this. So 1 minute chart, there's that huge volume spike on NEO. So we found the culprit there. Someone came in and bought it. It might have been Brendan, but that's like a 500,000 share order. I think Brendan's at like the 200,000 or 300,000 share default. Unless he smacked it twice there, I'm not sure, but that's a big move back up. We'll see what happens here. I'm willing to take this now. So 44.10, break of 44.10. Let's go long here on NEO. I'm actually just going to go long now and see if it holds that 44. Why not? Let's go.
Yeah, you've got my attention on that one. And I'm kind of like, remember the other day in GameStop and I had that price action right around this time at 340, and we were expecting a small index action on it. That's why there was imbalance at 350. But I don't know, that's kind of got my attention on NIO that maybe something could come at 350. There's nothing on the early look that says there's an imbalance there. Maybe see a small one on Uber, maybe like 250,000. That might grow. But let's watch out for NEO because, volume is king. That's why we've talked about it many times. That's why Sean's pointing that out to you. It could be a nice one here on NIO. If that spikes at 350 on imbalance, I might play that reversal trade at some point. But I don't see anything that we're expecting necessarily on NIO. I would hit a key, I'd hit a graphic for you guys to take like finally a winning trade because I'm happy the KXIN is finally going to do something for me to the downside. But like I said, I can't do anything, so we'll just go bang. I don't know. That's your thing, Sean. I'm not looking the gift horse in the mouth. I can't do that either. But anyways, we just got that 282. That'd be only a 12-cent win, but I got to start taking this off aggressively like I did mention before. There's no way around it. Volume is not exactly crazy, so you do want to make sure that you're not trying to hit gigantic home runs. I mean, NEO, as John pointed out there on that volume spike, that actually gives you a chance at that because you're getting that massive volume spike going into the close off a hard bottom. Probably a little bit better of a chance that goes moonshotting into 350 than KXIN falling on an absolute cliff, which a lot of times off a double top like this, it would because people were long on this break, they were long on this break, and they might be long at a 3 break. If it's like 3 places where people en masse were going long into the close, you'd think it has a good shot on a Friday to roll over, but yeah, it's just not doing it.
No, it's not. And so right now, I mean, both these positions really not doing anything. We still have 10 minutes before the imbalances come out, so I'll be out of this before then. Like, if that 44 doesn't hold, we'll give it a little bit lower than that. But there's no size here on the bid, so that's something that we look at. We tried it. I mean, we went long. We didn't go long a whole hell of a lot of shares, but we did go long, so now we're going to give it a little bit of it doesn't look like it's going to go, man. So whatever. I thought that was a good indication there. But if you look back where that spike happened, I mean, it was here, right? So 43.80 or so. So I'm not sure where the order was, but there's obviously something there at those levels. So we'll wait to see. Maybe it holds, maybe it doesn't hold, but I'm still long that name. So we'll wait to see if it goes anywhere from there. And then AMD, the other name that I'm in, this doesn't seem to want to move either. So I don't know. We didn't get the 20 bid that we were waiting for. It does go down as low as, oh, come on. It went down as low as 22 there, and we didn't get it, but now it's ripping back to the upside. So, oh well, we did pick the right level, but we don't have the right price apparently there. So we missed that trade, and we'll see if we can get it back though here. If it does dip down, we'll take it. Again, we were sitting at 20. Hopefully that can start to rip to the upside right now as well. That would be really nice. If you could please do that, please and thank you, Mr. AMD.
There you go. And I'm not wearing your shirt, Luis Valencia. I'm wearing the Peanut Power shirt. So everyone's like, it's not like, it's a Blue Jay shirt. Anyways, it's just one of the giveaways they have this year. It's actually not even like, it's kind of cheap really, but it's one of the giveaway shirts. I absolutely love it. So true story. When I was at the opener, we got our seats upgraded because our rep is like, he's like the absolute man, shout out. But anyways, we upgraded our seats to the GM seat. So I actually got to sit right in front of the batter's box. And the first thing Lords did was like, hey, nice shirt, man. I'm like, yeah, it's all about you. And he tried to get into one and he kind of flew out to right field. But he'll make up for that, of course. He's a fantastic player. The only reason I'm probably not trading Robinhood today, and if anyone that watched the morning show, you might have heard us say this, like both Sean and I, like, I was only shorting on Robinhood today and still managed to come out down on the stock. Despite having, I think, the right levels, especially off that 60, and then really, this was probably the big mistake here, was I had this one dead to rights first at that 59 and 59.5 area. When it retested, what I failed to do was then, it tests one level, this one here, we take the short. When that doesn't work, and then I'm going up to this level here, which is that 59.5 into 60, and then that does work. It holds all kinds of support at 56. So the second I see that, there's KXIN, which It's gone, by the way. See if I can reverse into a quick long and scalp. Is it going to go? Is it going to go? I'll throw a 3-stop on that one, see what happens. I still got about 15 minutes, so I can kind of see if that one will work. KXIN so strong. But once it actually went to that next level up, I should have abandoned the notion of 59.5 and then said next level, 60 to 61. Like that cluster right here. Yeah, I'm saying cluster again. Instead, I go same price short, gets stopped out when 60 breaks, stalls at 60.5. It holds to 61. So I'm taking a hit there. I'm not getting back in because I'm kind of like licking my wounds or just pissed off at myself. And then I don't get back in at 59 and to short the rest of the day. So, I kind of analyzed that in the morning show. I was mad at myself. But this is one that I think we both like to the short side. Managed a way not to win on it. Rolling over at this point, I don't know. I would have liked it maybe if I could have caught it popping back into that 58, 59, the levels that I know and trusted. And as we mentioned just a second ago, that's KXIN. It was working till it wasn't. And then if you can't beat them, join them. So I'm long KXIN. Not even a good price. It's like 307. So got slipped a little bit here. Yeah, whatever. I'll scalp some out for a 5-cent winner. It's 345, so I got to get flat pretty soon. I'm sitting on the offer at 12. We'll see if I can get a fill. We got a fill there. Congratulations to everyone that went long in KXIN when I was going short, and everyone should be going long and long and long. I finally did it a little bit late, but hey, a winner's a winner. No chicken dinner for us tonight. I actually want to have ribs, so I'm going to have a conversation with the wife about that.
Yeah, ribs sounds real nice. We had bacon-wrapped chicken thighs yesterday. The kids were crushing them.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a good one for us. Okay, so here we go, man. We're right down to 110 again. So the market, the NASDAQ is flashing. We actually canceled our 20, and then we took a 10. So right now, that's our average position. Looks like it's going to break downside now. So AMD wants to break down. With that being said, I'm going to cancel everything here. Like, look at NEO even trying to hold up. Like, it's a surprise that the market flashed here, and NEO still holding up. So hey, maybe there is something here with NEO today. So we'll see if we can wait for that one to come through. But I don't know if it breaks too much lower than this, then we're going to get out of it. Don't want to hold this into the close with this kind of market happening. And then we do have this loser on board right now where we just did average in. We were trying to get out some on the high side. That doesn't look like that's going to happen for us today. So let's wait to see. But we have that 110 right there. It's this bottom right here. We've already broke the very bottom of 110.13. That's where we waited out for. And now we'll have to wait to see. There goes Neil, by the way. Does break down, so we get out of that one. So that's a loser on that trade. But again, that was relatively small, waiting to see if it was going to bump up. Maybe we do take a long if it takes it one more time, but I don't think that's going to happen. We still have a small spot just in case, though. I don't know if we throw to Brendan or not. What's up, Brendan?
An earnings name from this week, not from yesterday or today, but Confluent, software maker, CFLT. There was a number of analyst moves over the past couple of days as well. Just popped up because some selling volume coming in here. It was a big time today. Tagged 46 there, turned on a dime, and that was about it for the day, it would appear, for CFLT coming off in a hurry.
That is a mover and a shaker for sure. I just had, sometimes you add it to your list, not because with 15 or 13 minutes left that I feel compelled to trade it, but I feel compelled to add it to the list to be ready on my quote board, to be ready for not tomorrow's action. Can't trade on Saturday, of course.
What?
I know, right? Obviously for Monday to come back into it, because you want movers and you want shakers, and something making a pullback like that, add it to your list even if you can't trade it. I am gonna. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can't now. Wow, that's hilarious. I was about to say, you can see my bid here. I was like, yeah, I'm about to buy a dip in KXIN as it popped in, got to like 315. I'll buy a dip around that 305 and then see if it can't run to the upside. And as I was about to say it had popped all the way back into 320. So it's still trying to make fresh highs. This is one with the trend. If it's above $3, I can probably let this one run into the close. I mean, if it's going to do that 4 o'clock thing, I can't really be too involved in that. And 4 o'clock thing, I mean, you guys have probably seen it from time and time again. When you get some of these strong movers, now the biggest move happens after 4 o'clock and it gets pumped up. Maybe that'll happen here. I can't guarantee that it will. But if it breaks these quarters, I'll probably cover in the 35 to 40 range anyways, right? So I wanted to buy the dip. You just saw that it failed. That's my bid. I probably don't need to have it still in there. Sitting at 05s, we'll just go ahead and cancel it. If it dips in, maybe more aggressive in front of 310. As long as it's above $3, I'll stick with the long that I probably should have had the moment we came on the show, now that I think about it.
Yeah, so right now AMD is cracking a little bit here. So we still have our 110 looking out for that one. And by the way, it looks like Ethereum right now does bounce pretty hard off that 29.50, doesn't even really look at anything else. So we'll wait to see where we're going from here, but looks like a nice move to the downside. Like it didn't even look at, sorry, I was just saying, didn't even look at 3,000 there. Get to 29.50. And I don't know if you jinxed it, Daryl, but now it's coming to the downside right now, 2,900, maybe coming into play at some point here for Ethereum. So we'll
Daryl,
see
man.
if that comes. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, we're not jinxing a major market.
Love you, Daryl.
There we go. All the way to the downside right now. And someone said, asked me about me selling off. Yeah, I did. I talked about that. I did sell some Ethereum when it was about, what, 22 or 2,300. But remember what we got into, man. Something that's way bigger and badder than that. That is ADA. So ADA Cardano, that was a good one, man. So 141 now. We got in at 105, if you remember. So we're in the money on that one, 40%. So we do give up about 20 or 30%, I guess, 20% on Ethereum, maybe more, whatever the math is. But ADA is still working, so I'm happy with that one. So a little bit of money being made on that as well. So that's going to be good for us. And what just got out? Okay, so AMD falls to the downside there as the NASDAQ continues to go down. Everything went down there. So these are all pretty small positions. We still have a little bit of NEO just in case that imbalance does come out. So we did take about a 7-cent hit on that one. And all we did was looking at that size, and looks like that's going to be a fail. So stick with me right now. We'll just do this and we'll update this, and then we'll wait to see in 1 second. These are ARCA imbalances. We're not waiting for those. We're waiting for NYSE and NASDAQ. It's going to come right now. There it is. So BAC a sell, Intel a buy. We can see what that's going to do right now. Probably a little bit of a spike on Intel. Not really. UDR, Cisco,
really?
PG. This is what's happening right now. BAC with a sell. That may move it a little bit because we're up so high today. So you see a little bit of a pullback. But other than that, Procter & Gamble on the sell side as well. So not much here, but still good imbalances if you're looking at any of these names.
Yeah, honestly, like for Intel 1.6 imbalance, it's a stock that, look, it's a non-moving stock, right? So if that pops up on an imbalance, like that's one that I'd say it's going to pair off. There's no index action happening there, so you'd think it's going to pair off. It's not really going anywhere, obviously, but had it spiked up maybe into that high, that'd probably be worth it to see if it can't reverse off that high at 355 or like a little bit closer to that close. Still in that KXIN. KXIN now above that quarter mark, which is a bit of a bid here I was about to say there's a bit of a bid on the bid, which, goodness deal. There's a bit of a bid on the bid. I'm saying it anyways. At that 325 mark, 130,000 shares. So it is spiking up. I'm going to go ahead and if it breaks, I'm just going to get out. And if it otherwise, just sort of hold it into the close. But if the 325 breaks, I'm not throwing a stop order, and I'll just punch out on that actual bid. Yeah, I could actually show it to you. I'm still on Intel, obviously. But KXIN caught a bit. It's not on the imbalance locator because I wouldn't expect that stock to be, but this is what the guy I'm talking about here. 140,000 shares on the NASDAQ book. Shout out to NASDAQ Canada. Anyways, this one now popping into the upside. I still have my offer sitting at 335 because why not? It's a round number, and I said I'd get out in front of 335. We got 8 minutes left to go. Got to be flat. A little bit late to the party that was the long on KXIN, but hey, if you're going to be late, you might as well be well dressed, which I'd like to think I am here today.
Yes, sir. People loving that pineapple shirt, that is for sure. Let's check out SoFi. Again, we're just going to wait to see what happens to NEO here. There's only 8 minutes left, so it's not like there's lots of time here to look at some of these names. But SoFi with a nice run today. We've talked about that earlier on the show. It seems like fintech names catching a bid with PaySafe, one of my favorites. I'm way more invested in PaySafe than I am in SoFi, but up that 4% and then just battling off some of these bottoms, man. I mean, we're breaking out. So that's the good news about SoFi right here. I really think that, you get this tick, break through, and then hopefully we revisit some of these 21 areas and whatnot on SoFi. I thought is Walmart up today? Let's double check. No, okay, so Walmart was breaking out as well on the daily chart. I do like Walmart. I think it's one of those plays that we could talk about for a reopen play, but it's also one of those plays with the Delta variant. So there, yeah, so see, it does break out through 144 there, and then straight to the upside. I think Walmart has a year break gonna happen up here. So I think we can revisit 150 and change on Walmart at some point. So this is a good opportunity, in my opinion anyways, today to buy some of the dips here. So Walmart is definitely on my radar there. This could be a good swing trade. I don't think it should be down today. So Walmart, a good one. I really like it. I think it's going to get upgraded soon now that it's broken out through here. So one of my calls moving forward is going to be Walmart. What's up, Brando?
Nothing terribly exciting as far as earnings for tonight, as it is a Friday, typical for a Friday, but there are still a few to make note of, guys, coming next week, including Monday pre-market. Most of those, anyways, are Monday pre-market, guys.
Look, Workhorse, it's got the big short interest. So Mark Roberts, the stock father himself, and Sean read it off, sent us a note this morning about heavy short interest names, and Workhorse right near the top of that list. That can mean volatility. That's why it's going to be on a ready. Not really doing much today. I mean, down 4% isn't nothing, but what the daily chart looks like here, and it is a downward trend. But you're at the same price that we broke out in June on Workhorse, so this could be an interesting one. It'll be front of everyone's mind, at least for momentum stocks. And Matt Walsh, by the way, Matt asked me in the chat what my favorite baseball movies are. And I'm like, it's easy, no problem. Bang the Drum Slowly is number one. If you've never watched Bull Durham, you got to watch Bull Durham, and of course Field of Dreams, and then Major League in that order. But by the way, Matt, I'm man enough to admit I cried during Bang the Drum Slowly. Brilliant movie. You've probably never seen it, but it's a really good baseball film. I'm a big baseball fan, obviously, if you haven't been able to notice. And of course, on KXIN, whenever I'm in a trade, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, big size is there, and this is still on Workhorse, because of course it is. And then I actually saw that size pull, so I moved from 35 to 32, got out, only to see it kind of continue a little bit higher, but that bid is now gone. There's now 80,000 shares at 28, but whenever I play off that and you're in the money, and it's like, I get tricked by that size, it's fine. You're still going to get a profitable trade, but KXIN, I'm out, but it's still going to the upside. It did break that 35 to 37. This one might have a move in it. There it is, part of the 100% club, once again at 335. Might have a move in the afternoon, the aftermarket, but it is starting to slow down at that top here with about 5 minutes to go. I'm flat and I'll be taking no new positions, obviously. Good way to end the week with a winning trade in KXIN. It just took me a long time to get into the long trade, but it was worth the wait.
I see there's a lot of talk here on the like button, so I'm going to do my normal thing here and talk a little bit about this like button thing of ours, because we need to turn this thing upside down, man. Like, this is, if you haven't, let's put this green, blue, whatever it is now. We have 400 likes. Valeria's getting excited. I want to see this thing to 1,000. Like, you guys, it's Friday. Let's say hell yeah for today. Let's get this thing going. If we can get it, there she is. So she's downing that Vegemite daily there. So we'll see if that can help.
Hey, where'd mine go?
But 500, there we go, Valeria. So we've almost doubled it. Let's see if we can get that to 1,000 there. She always wants 500, but we're going to try to get to 1,000 now. So if everybody, there we go. So she's even flashing the Vegemite for you. So, now that's like a double thing there. Okay, let's take that off. But let's check back, see if we can get to 1,000 likes there. And there's the fireworks for you guys as well on the show. So thank you so much, and you're welcome, Valeria, for that one. And let's just keep hitting the like every single day, man. We're back for an extra hour. We gave you, or an extra hour, the full hour. We gave you the extra 15 minutes here, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy all the banter as it's a little more relaxed here on the after show, because we've already put that money in our pocket. We're just trying to find some bangers for you. It was a hard one today, but thank you so much. Look at that, Valeria. Already, man, 800 right there. So we went from 300 to 800, tripled up those likes. Thank you so much, guys, as we go walking on some water here, guys.
That's what we talk about. Is it water or whatever that stuff is?
I'm having the same thing happen to my stream deck now, by the way, where everything is like 37%, 25%. I don't know if you want to look at this, Rob, but right now.
So your stream deck is showing your CPU usage, so it's spiking too much. All of this show brought to you by Vegemite, sent to us by one of our favorite viewers. I don't know, man. We tried the Vegemite on the show. It was a morning show that we ate it on. Anyways, I'm sure it's really, really good for you, but it's an acquired taste, man. I'll tell you that much about the Vegemite. That's all. It's the only
good horrible.
Thing. Yeah, it's bad. I'm trying to be nice and diplomatic about it because it's a really big thing in Australia.
No, it's salty. It's not that I don't
know if Russell Jackson, I don't know if you're here in the chat, but anyways, Russell, we love you. Thank you for the Vegemite. It is nasty. Yeah, it's nasty, man.
Yeah,
Greg's yelling behind you, the floor manager. He's like, it's nasty, it's nasty. Stop trying to sugarcoat it here. It's actually
right.
pretty bad.
I'm with you here. Like, Galactic there. right here. Guy at Lax. Okay. You make my West Coast lunch so productive. Thank you for that. But yeah, I'm really thinking that the close should be a Vegemite-free show here. But we'll just keep talking about that. Valeria was eating it on a croissant, so that might be good. Okay, Walmart, with only 2 minutes to go, let's check out here a imbalanced little look here. These will all get wiped out. Actually, Procter & Gamble is still staying pretty high. Let's go over here to see on the 1 minute, not doing much. But yeah, Procter & Gamble right now, a decent sell. P&G 140, 150. We'll see if it does anything. But right now, Procter & Gamble with a minute left has a decent sell imbalance. So if that stays, this probably comes down 20 or 30 pennies. But we'll wait to see what happens here into the close with Procter.
Love some Procter & Gamble. By the way, KXIN, this is all coincidence. I said I got spooked out of that trade by the size. It ends up turning around off that high. That's random, like 337. It comes back in. You have to take profit anyways when you're day trading, and you have to be flat in 1 minute. 1 minute to go. Do stick around. Didn't talk about NVAX once, which is weird. No, I did. But it is going to be the trade of the day. Yeah, it's basically barcoding, but it was a short on NVAX, down 20%. They delayed FDA approval, getting FDA fast track approval, and then they were down. We were able to short it in the morning. It was a good one. I want you guys to stick around for why we did it and how we did it, because that's what we're all about. It's all about the education. We have a lot of fun, obviously, as well. And of course, trading is about making that coinage. It's weird. This is how my mind works. I haven't looked at Coinbase in a while. I said coinage. So I am going to flip to it because that's what I do. It's sitting still above 250. That's pretty good, but I'm way out of the money on that one. 20 seconds to go. Miss V is on the bell. And the ES is green, but this is all about the NASDAQ. So this time we didn't actually have the good luck charm, but it's the first time I've seen it fail with 10 seconds, 9. There's that countdown. I didn't hit it because I can't. Miss V in the green Jess. Ring it. Let's end this week well. 3, 2, and 1.
And we are done. Thank you, Ms. V, for the green. A little bit of lucky green. I think the S&P wound up positive. Let's go over to Brendan and see how the major markets wound up.
Yeah, guys, we didn't quite get there for the NASDAQ, but everything else in positive territory. Here we go. 0.18 for the S&P 500, 0.37 the Dow. Yeah, there it is, 0.5% downside for the NASDAQ. Brazil, nice day, 1.4%. There's the cryptos at the bottom. Pretty positive, guys, heading into the weekend here overall, outside of crude oil as well. Energy. OPEC was meeting this morning talking about no further cuts for the foreseeable future. So a little bit of pressure once again for oil.
And Brazil was up, like you already said. But I always get interested in what happens in Brazil. Like I said, stick around for that trade of the day. Cheer on the Blue Jays if you're not a Blue Jays fan. If you are a Blue Jays fan, I don't care. I clearly want you guys to do that because that's what I'm all about. Congratulations. We didn't even say anything about the women's soccer team, but Canada, unbelievable. I didn't see the penalty shots yet, but we were on air when it happened. But congratulations to them. They've been kicking butt, Sean, the Canadian women at the Olympics. Basically only them.
Yeah, exactly. But here we go. Yeah, so there's the troll, the 92. I mean, the Blue Jays are a pretty pathetic franchise, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on, man.
They are, man. They haven't even made the playoffs in like 20 years, but we love them.
They were just in the playoffs in like 2017 with the Donaldson teams, man, with the Jose Bautista home run.
Right.
Bat flip.
Sorry, they haven't won in 40 years. So here we go. 92, it hasn't been 40 years. This is the last time, 92, 93. They did have the bat flip, but honestly, man, Blue Jays, man, they got part of the problem is the AL East. So let's be perfectly honest there.
Yeah,
but it looks like they should now they're rebuilding. So let's hope that now, actually that last trade there was pretty good. We'll see if it works out for Barrios, I guess, coming through. But okay, thank you so much to Rob and to Lucas over there. Thank you for the 1s and 2s. Very, very, very good day trading day today, although the volume wasn't really there. I like what Brandon called it, a Hampton kind of Friday. So look, Valeria, thank you for wearing green today. It worked for the S&P. Well, hopefully it works for the NASDAQ soon. It's a good weekend, man. Watch everything you can, man. The Olympics closing ceremony. Congratulations to every country out there. I'm glad the Olympics happened and that we're able to do that. Sorry about the U.S. track team, though. If that wasn't disappointing, I don't know. Did you finally see the 110 hurdles there, Neil?
I did, and that was an unbelievable race by Parchment. But I used to hurdle back in the day. I understand what happened to Grant Holiday. When you're the favorite and you start going into safe mode, you got to attack hurdles. You stopped attacking, you didn't win. But the U.S. team, the relay, it's crazy that a team that should just dominate consistently can't get the baton around. Like Carl Lewis was like ripping them. which he probably should. But anyways.
Guys, for Neo, for Valeria, for Brendan, I'm Sean. That's Olympic talk, and we'll be back on Monday with no Olympic talk. See you guys. Ciao.